Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today? I am your host today, Kyra. Um, as everybody know, Candid Conversations is on vacation, so therefore you will not see Roshan or Derek on here tonight. It is an all girls podcast today, so y'all get ready to chit and chat. Let's bring the homegirls on. First up is Miss Nakaya Stacker.
Good evening, my darling. How are you?
Hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
And then we have Miss Rocky, who is at work right now, but she got her 2 cents to say.
Hi guys, how are you? Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. Thank you for coming on. And then, of course, we got our OG, Miss Darlene Waters.
Hey, how's everybody doing today?
Pretty good, pretty good. How are you?
I'm
Getting
awesome. I'm
That's
awesome.
good. That's good.
I can't.
Hey,
Okay.
we getting this party started. Kaya is tired today, y'all. So y'all gonna hear her, but not really see her.
yes,
All
yes.
right. It's
I'm done.
okay.
I'm done for the day.
So first thing is first, I'm gonna show a video of what we're gonna kind of be talking about tonight, which is Miss Jess Hilarious, and her comments about transgender, the transgender scandal. Let's put it like that.
What I mean when the transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods, you don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person, but as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like, hello?
Hello. Who the fuck is gonna stand up for us? Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that.
Like, hello?
Alrighty then. So that is the video. And of course, Jess Hilarious said what she had to say. And I agree with her because of the simple fact is
She
we
right?
are women. We was born this way. You're transgender, or should I say some transgender women, not all, but some, attack us like it's our fault that we were born this way. Like, but yet they're trying to be like us. You want to be a woman, but you're attacking us for being women. It doesn't make sense. The math don't math. It don't make sense. I don't know if you
Well,
I don't know if she's a spokesperson for all transgender people, but
Yeah, but you know what?
I Go
I
ahead.
think that I don't think everyone is mentally there, and that's what the issue is. Yes, no, I'm not talking about just transgender women. I'm talking about just people in general. And this person, whoever was speaking, I don't know who that is. For her to be
For him.
disrespectful.
For him.
Well, he's a transgender woman, so I generally give respect to what they have going on. I don't, I try my best to be fair. But don't disrespect women.
Exactly.
That's my only problem. You know, when you're coming disrespectfully and you're not a woman in real life, like how dare you come out here being disrespectful? But but expect us to respect what they have going on. Like everyone has a lane. Like you stay in your lane. You're a transgender woman, stay in your lane. You know, we respect you. We don't have nothing against you, but don't come and say, we think we the gatekeeper of periods and all types of stuff and trying to call us cis woman. I know that cis woman is a woman who has all her womanly parts and we're born with womanly parts. I get that. But all this time we have been called woman, and that's it. Don't add nothing to it to make it better for somebody else. Yeah, that's just my thought.
I'm just a woman. Cis came out in the 90s after I was born. I'm a woman. I'm a woman.
Hmm.
I respect you. If you're dressed up and you look like a woman, fine. I'll give you your she, her pronouns. If you're dressed as a man and you look like a man, I'll give you your he, him pronouns. But my whole thing is, like I said earlier, you never see the ones with vaginas who want to transition to having penises attacking biological men. Why can that set of trans people stay in their lane? But the ones who are born with penises, not all of them, not all of them, but the ones who are born with penises who want to have vaginas are the ones that keep coming for us. Yes, all of biologically born women cannot give birth, but our DNA, our chromosomes will tell you we are biological women, whether I can give birth or not. Right now, I can no longer have my own biological children because I don't have ovaries or fallopian tubes. But I still have my uterus. I could take another woman's fertilized egg and birth it. You can never do that. The man that gave birth was born a woman and didn't transition. So that's a freaking woman. Now, if I were to dress up in blackface because I wanted to be black and transition to be black, I would be considered racist. Would I not be?
Yeah.
Because wearing blackface is considered racist. And I understand that. But you could wear a wig and makeup and then attack me and tell me I'm this, I'm that, I'm the third, and you're better. No, nobody is better than nobody. If you want to be a woman, go ahead. It takes a whole hell of a lot more than shaving your legs and your armpits, throwing on a wig and some makeup to be a woman. We have fought for our rights for the longest, and they are taking our rights away little by little. You don't see, I don't know, are they trans? You don't see trans men jumping into male sports talking about, oh, accept us, accept it. No, if you want to race against the men, go ahead. But we're not changing the rules. It's the ones that are trying to change the rules and trying to shove themselves down our throat. And then my other issue is when Sammy Sosa changed the biggest organ of his body, he was considered crazy. But yous are changing your sexual organs and y'all not considered crazy. So what's the difference between Sammy Sosa changing the largest organ of the body, which is our skin, to you changing your sexual organs? What makes him crazy but not you? It's a whole circus when it comes to this issue. Yes, it has been proven that biological men can breastfeed, but it's not instant. It takes a while of that newborn child suckling on them boobs, and the man has to change his diet, and it has to be an extreme situation for a biological man to be able to breastfeed. There's only been few documented scientific ones like that. So it's just a whole circus. You want to be in your circus? Have your show, but respect everybody else if you want to be respected.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's some serious conversation. I never really heard any trans person speaking negatively, so I really can't speak to that. Obviously it's a big problem. Now, with regards to those pronouns and everything, I don't even I don't even really care about all that because what you appear to be to me, that's what I'm going to address you as. Okay. Now, like I said earlier, is that I met a person that is fully trans. Okay, fully, and I'm not saying just clothes, everything, right? And was able to speak with her candidly. Um, and I asked the hard questions, with regards to what she had gone through, and she's been trans for a minute. The relationship kind of thing. I think that and she's very secure in who she is, right? So I think having met her, and prior to meeting her, I had never met a person that was trans, and what I took issue with what the girl was saying in the video was when she said that they're mental. Like I don't know why, because the person that I have met and spoke with and questioned and everything certainly didn't. I have that on. Certainly didn't appear to have any other mental issues other than what I see every day. Okay, and was very studious. Um, and I liked her, as a matter of fact. And I was probably the most excited to speak with her. In addition to that, I have another person in my life that's transing now. Now, the thing is that I respect everybody's opinion because my mind was changed as a result of having met these people. And I really never really cared one way or other because I just kind of stayed out of its way and didn't really form an opinion. But based on my religious philosophy, I would have been like, oh, well, that's a sin, you're going to hell and all that kind of business. But I don't find it necessary at this juncture in my life to make those calls because I don't know. Because there's been so many things that have changed over the years, so many things that have so many positions that I have taken in the past that I learned may not necessarily be for everyone. So I'm learning how to stand back and watch and allow people to think what they need to think in order to get to where they're going in this life, But when people are trying to be um, aggressive and resentful because they're not, if in fact that happens, then I think that they need to be more comfortable in their skin so this way they don't have to come against someone that's naturally born as a woman, because being a woman isn't that easy. It's a lot of work. It's and then the other thing that I always wonder is the spirit of a man and the spirit of a woman. Do they really have the spirit of a woman? Because it's different, because we all deal with things differently. Women deal with things to the right for now. um Women deal with things differently than men. We feel different ways about it than men feel. So that would be the concern that I would be questioning, because if we all believe in the Bible, and a lot of people do. The Bible says, what knows the spirit of a woman but a woman? What knows the spirit of a man but a man? What knows the spirit of God unless you're, God consciousness. So, there you go.
All right now, Miss Darlene.
I mean, like, that's the only way I can bring it, because, like, you know what, we can be judgmental, and I found like things that I was like adamant about. And I speak harshly about things that I don't agree with, but sometimes you got to soften your opinion and then look at it from different perspectives. And I have a relative that she only want to have. She told me point blank, if one of her kids were even gay or anything, don't bring your partner. You cannot ever come to my house with your partner. Okay, and you cannot. I don't want to have anything to do it. I don't even want to try. Okay, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I respect her opinion, because everybody doesn't have to think like I think. All right. And if she has not gotten to the point where she feels like she could befriend someone like that, or she could even love someone like that, I can. All right. So, but if she can't, who am I to tell her that you should be able to do it? No, she has to get to that point.
I get it. I get it. Sean has a question, y'all.
Yeah.
He says if a man or a woman was on the street stating that they were another person, they would call them they would say it was a mental health schizophrenia. But in the LGBT community, a man saying they're a woman, it's okay. And in the mental health community, this before 1973 was labeled as a mental health issue. And that is true. Being gay was labeled as a mental health issue back in those days or whatever.
So why
Why?
did they change it?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't know why they changed it from it being. I guess through the years and the studies, they started saying it was more of a biological thing than a mental health thing. That
Well,
people are
see,
born.
I have to think if somebody. Let me tell you something. The person that I know that went through the change, and when you speak to the person, she is extremely intelligent, extremely articulate, the whole nine. And I gotta take. I don't feel as though she has a mental issue. I mean, we talked about the thing. I asked her questions that other people would probably shy away from. Okay, um, so I can't believe that she has any more of a mental issue than I have. So, um, I have to wonder, and since then is when I thought about the spiritual thing, and I would ask her, you know, um, like women's spirit is different. Like like we're more nurturers. Usually men are methodical. Men go they go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we be like, oh well, that doesn't feel quite right, that kind of thing. So do you have those same instincts? I don't know. And another thing that makes me question it is that I have another person in my life that when he was a little boy, before he even his mother knew that he was gay, just the way he was. So then that makes me question whether or not, that is a legitimate. Makes me feel like it's legitimate. I don't know though.
That it's a biological thing.
Yeah, if your parent knows before you say anything, before you even attempt to date someone or whatever the case may be, and they recognize that there's something different about you, what can I say?
Exactly.
You know what?
Go ahead, Kaya.
A lot of times, some children they end up um following who they see the most. If they see the mother all the time and they see her putting on makeup and they see how she walk, they try to do that. I can't think of the word.
Emulate.
Um, they
They
try,
try
yeah,
to
they try
emulate.
to who they're around the most. And
Well, he happened to
unfortunate.
have a mother and a father in the house.
Mhm. But sometimes when even if the father is around, sometimes they still, it could be who they're around the most, or it could be who they admire the most.
Hmm.
Or
Well,
and then also it's a lot to unpack with that too, because sometimes you just don't know who's touching these children too. You just don't know,
You sure?
because
You sure don't?
you don't know until they expose it. You don't know. You
Hmm.
don't know if they went and spent the night by somebody's house and someone introduced them to it. You
yeah,
know,
that's true.
so it's like, unless we know the full detail, we don't know. We Like I said, we don't know why they are the way
La
they
sábana
are,
en la esquina.
but At the end of the day, who am I to judge? I'm not God. God judges us. I'm not, you know, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. No one will ever be perfect. But it's just a matter of the community
Let's go, Lena.
respecting people and not trying to trick someone. You know how they tricking men into believing that they're actually women. And stuff like that
Hi,
is
honey.
very disrespectful. So, it's just a matter of being respectful and staying in your lane.
Sean says, "Why do we have to respect their place and opinions, but we get shamed for expressing ours?" And I was just about to say the same thing.
213, my
Mhm.
love.
it's, it's like if we say something that they feel as though is offensive, or you're going against what now you're now you're what transphobic. You have this phobia against trans and gay people, and everybody. Then people want to cancel you and all this other nonsense. When it's okay for them to come out and say whatever they want to say, whenever they want to say it. But let us respond to it or say something. Now we got to get canceled. We wrong
Have a good night,
for
honey.
defending ourselves. I don't respect that. I don't like it. It shouldn't be. You have your opinions, I have my opinions, but if I feel as though you're attacking my womanhood, why am I not allowed to respond to it without
Mhm.
being called transphobic, or you got some type of phobia? Like, what's the problem?
Mhm.
I should
Yeah.
be able to
That's
speak my
true
mind like
too.
anybody else should be able to speak their minds.
It's adult conversation.
Exactly.
I,
Like they want
on
they,
that
they
point,
want
I
all
think
this
you're right.
equality. They want to be equal and they want us to treat them, but yet you keep attacking us.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So let's be fair about it. You can say what you want to say. We should be able to say what we want to say without criticism either.
Yeah, that much. But that's just like with anything here. I think that uh like don't label me and don't want me to label you. Don't presume because like even like my cousin that doesn't want to. She's not necessarily. Why? It's not necessarily a phobia. It's just like if you choose not to deal with any type of person, not just gay. If you choose not to be in the company of Caucasian people because some people are uncomfortable, or whatever the case may be. It doesn't necessarily mean you have a phobia. It means that you choose not to be in the company of those people because you may be uncomfortable. You may not subscribe to their way of living, whatever the case may be. But I don't think that you get the right to label me because I don't want to get in your lane. You
Exactly.
know?
It doesn't make sense. And
Yeah.
just and Kara, she says, I just don't agree with them trying to take over women's sports. I feel they have men's sports, women's sports, so why not add trans sports? Which I agree to. I don't agree with transgenders doing women's sport. I don't agree with it, and I don't know if it's
Me
because
either.
my daughter athlete, and I
Nothing.
don't want my
No.
child going up against somebody that used to be a man. I don't think it's fair,
Face
and
making.
Mhm.
I got a big problem with that.
Mhm.
Have a
Joy
good night,
has
honey.
joined us,
Next song.
everybody, just to let and
Hello.
yeah,
Good
this is
evening. Good evening, Joy.
Good evening. I apologize. I'm leaving football practice.
all right now. Get it.
Uh,
750, my love.
But that's how I feel too. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that I think that being a transgender period, I think it's just a lot to learn because it's a lot of it's uncomfortable. Especially when they're not completely women. Like
mhm.
they still have their man part down there. So no, I don't want to go into a bathroom, into the woman's bathroom, and it's
385.
another person in there, but they standing up and they peeing. I don't want to see that. I don't want to be around that. I
And
don't
that's
want my
where the
child
fight
to
came
walk into
in.
a bathroom like that. So it's a lot of things about it that still I have a lot of questions about, but it still has to be understood because you got to make it make sense. It's like
Mhm.
forcing stuff down people's throat, and
Yep.
it's not right
Have a good night.
at all.
And
That's
that's
where
the
the
main
battle
issue
came in
right
when they
there.
first started. When they
What you
first
say?
started with the bathroom thing, it my whole thing as a mother wasn't I don't care if trans people are using it, because just because you're trans or homosexual doesn't automatically make you a pedophile. Anybody could be a pedophile. Straight,
Yeah,
Oh
gay,
yeah.
black, purple, yellow, orange, Mexican, Chinese. Anybody can be. My whole thing is, if you have the organs, use your bathroom unless you're fully in a
exactly.
getup. But that opened the window. That opened the window for the really, truly mentally unstable, sick ones to be like, oh, I identify as a woman. Ooh, let me do it because now they have rights. So I could wear a wig and makeup and go touch a little girl because they get to do it. So the sickos made it harder for the trans community. Not the trans community itself, it was the perverts, the sick in the minds that were taking advantage of this whole
Hmm.
situation. And
Even without little girls, like we seen the cases on the news where of someone got arrested, they went to jail, they identified as a woman. Now you got 3 inmates pregnant because they put him in a woman's jail, and now he has to be
Yeah.
in confinement because he impregnating women because
Yep.
Hmm.
still got his bottom part, but then they can't put him in a male jail because
mhm,
then it's like, oh, he's gonna be raped and abused if he goes to a into a male's prison. But you letting a man with a penis run around a prison with a bunch of women.
I mean, yep.
What
mhm,
did
Yep.
you think was gonna happen?
That
Yep.
that's a problem, but then that's infringing upon, the only thing I don't like that, because then, like, why would we have to accept watching a man biologically, do his thing in the bathroom with me? That's uncomfortable.
That
Um, that causes a problem. If they're like totally trans, like the woman that I know, then I wouldn't have a problem with it. But if I'm going in the bathroom with somebody that's in transition and they ain't quite there yet, it makes it uncomfortable for me. But I don't think that it's okay for me to be uncomfortable, but it's not okay for you to be uncomfortable. You know?
Right.
mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
That's
And the
all
whole
this.
thing with sports, my oldest
Like
is on the
as a
spectrum. The only sport she ever played with the neurotypicals was cheerleading, because that was something she was capable of understanding and being able to be a part of. Now, would I put my
right.
autistic kid to play basketball with the varsity team? No, because it's not fair. We have Special Olympics.
Yes.
Hi,
Mhm.
honey. Why can't we have trans Olympics, trans sports? You go up against the ones that are like you. Yeah,
And I
ugly
Jordan,
think
ones.
that's what they've been fighting for. They should have we have Special Olympics and they should have Trans Olympics because a lot of people are getting pulled. Um, it's it's not a good feeling, and coaches have been told that if we do get a student like that, that we have to allow them to participate in the sport and be with the opposite sex, which I don't. Me, I haven't had that problem, but I've had kids that are just regular, just gay, but you have to go. Like a boy said, "Oh, I feel uncomfortable changing my shirt right here in front of the guys." I said, "Well, you go to the boys' bathroom and go change your shirt if you feel uncomfortable, but you're not going to go in the girls' locker room and change your shirt with the girls. We're not doing that." And I don't care what the rules, because, like you said, you might not feel uncomfortable going to the bathroom with a man standing up. But if I send my 7-year-old girl there and there's a man in there with his penis hanging out, what are we supposed to tell him? That's a problem to me. So I do not agree with that in the sports. I don't agree with it. They want bathrooms. Let them have their bathrooms. It can be you can put unisex bathrooms. It doesn't have to say transgender. I don't like labels, so I really don't even like the word transgender. Why can't it just be a bathroom, and you have like bathrooms that have like unisex bathrooms? So then if you want to go in that unisex bathroom, it's a mix.
yes.
And we putting all this, the problem that the transgenders are having, they're putting a whole bunch of labels where there doesn't really need to be labels. And so I know I missed the beginning part. I don't know if because you asked us about the video. And I
Mm-hmm.
think when he's naming us cis woman,
Yes.
I mean, why are you naming us? You don't want us to give you a name, but you want to give us a name, and then we supposed to be okay with it. Whether we want to hold the identity of having periods, we're the keeper of having periods. I mean, we should not have to be subjected to that. You wouldn't want your kid to see you having sex, so why would you? Why do we have to subject our kids to seeing different things that we don't agree with? That's where I think the problem is lying. That everything still needs to be secret. Back in the day, porn station was private. You had porn stations, you had the family stations, you had the drama stations, you had everything was rationalized, or what do you call it, departmentalized. They need to continue to departmentalize, and we teach our kids what we want to teach them. We show them what we want to show them. If we are the type of family that we want to show them that type of stuff, then we do that. But we shouldn't have to be subject to it because it
Exactly.
was always cut off. Televisions were cut off. Books were cut off. You picked a book. Remember back in the day, you went to a record store, and what did it say on the label? If it was a lot of cursing,
Parental advisory. Uncle
Yeah.
right.
Luke.
So right. So you gave us, that freedom to do what we wanted to do. It still was available, but we got to pick and choose what we want to give our kids or subject our family to. And I think that the younger people or the younger generation are trying to throw down things that the older generation are not ready, and not even the older transgenders, not even the older gays. They're not in agreement, and that's the whole problem. So they're going
You
to
took
war
your
with their
keys
own
from here?
people. So
Yeah.
I think that's the problem as well. They all got to be on the same page, but I don't think we have to be subject to it. And
Yeah.
I feel bad for anybody who
Yeah.
send their kid to my track team and say, hey, he is changing over to a woman and he needs to go in the locker room with the girl. I would accommodate him by putting him in a separate bathroom, but he will not go in there with the same girls because, unfortunately, like you said, in the prison,
What?
they're still having sex. They're
Yep.
still having sex with whatever.
Yep.
So it's good when it's good for you, but then it's even better when you get the best of both worlds and nobody don't really know.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think that if they did more of trying to find
Do we
solutions
not have Wi-Fi?
to make it a little bit more comfortable for people,
Have a good night, honey.
just it's I cannot remember the name of the college, but I was just recently watching where um a person that was identifying as a woman tr- um wanted joined a sorority. They didn't want him in a sorority house. The school made them put him in the sorority, her in the sorority house, and now the sorority is suing the college because when they were in the house, this person was running around with a hard on
Oh,
because he around a whole bunch of women. They, got their panties on, going to the bathroom, taking their showers, whatever. And he was erect a lot because he did not have bottom surgery. So it's
mm-hmm.
stuff like that where I feel like you need to have a comfortable solution for everybody involved. That's just me.
Yeah,
I
and
agree. I didn't even hear about that. That is crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
again,
human nature. It's human nature. So it's not. It's you're you're going to you see certain things that arouse you. It doesn't even matter if you're a man or woman. You get aroused by different situations. You're seeing naked people running around.
mm-hmm.
So you're like, no, you can't. That our sorority, they did that, and we had to apologize for that um, because they felt that they can come in, and I guess the statement they made was an inappropriate statement. But soon when you try to go to a boys' club, shit is shut down. And that's another thing, and that's why they say women, we accept it more, and we just let it go. But the men is not accepting no woman. You're not coming into their club.
Yeah,
You're,
yeah,
you're, you're not joining the Boy Scout.
5:33.
You, you,
yeah. Men is not having it.
so yeah, so
yeah.
but the women we be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it because it's okay. No, it's not okay for we have social clubs for a reason to talk about different things, and just because you want to be down with being somebody else or identify with somebody else, other people don't have to participate in it, and you can't be mad.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's why I said they got to stay in their lane. Like
Yeah.
They absolutely sure do need to stay in their
everybody has to respect each other's, each other's opinions. You can't force it down people's throat. Like,
but
you're pushing it on these children, these babies that's in kindergarten, first grade. They shouldn't know about gay and transgender.
it's everywhere. I mean, they're trying to, I think, even teach it in school. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know they've been having their discussions and voting, trying to vote to see if they're going to actually do it. But everywhere, it doesn't matter. It's in the cartoons. Every show that we watch, there has to be
Mhm.
a gay couple in the show.
Hmm. Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It is every single, it's everywhere, and it's just they pushing it down your throat. So
Yeah.
you have no. It's like it's there. You can't
And the
run.
Yeah.
problem is, it's like allow the parents to have those conversations with their children. Don't force
Right.
it down. Like that's my job to introduce certain things and say, watch out for this, or this is what's going on, so you need to be respectful of that. Don't make that conversation for you to have with them. It's a no.
Yeah. I don't. I think that people. I think that it should always be a comfortable thing. If a parent doesn't want their child to be influenced by certain things, that's that parent's choice. Don't make that choice for them, because
Hmm.
everybody lives their life differently. Like I don't have an issue with it. I don't have a problem with people who are, if you want to be trans, if you're gay, if you're whatever. That's you. That's your life. That's how you want to live it, and I respect. But don't push stuff down my throat. If I don't want my child to see this or I don't want my child to learn this, don't push it down my throat. Or don't
Right.
try to. Because that causes a whole nother situation. Because people will start pulling their kids out of school. They be like, I'll just homeschool them. You know what I'm saying? It makes a bigger issue when you don't have a clear solution to certain things. It makes it crazy.
My daughter. I've been around gays all my life, so I have them in my family. They're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But
Me
my
too.
kids think one day, with my girls being in dance, there's a boy. He always hung around us. He's out there. So he came in there with boots, and my son said, "Mommy, why do he have on girl boots?" And I wasn't ready to answer that question. So I was like, "Oh, he's just getting ready for this Halloween dance thing that they're doing. They're practicing dancing, and that's why he's wearing the boots." But I had to explain to my daughter, "Listen, I don't mind that your friends come over here, but I can't have him gyrating and dancing and doing all that extra stuff when I still have a boy that's growing up, because I'm not ready to answer those questions. I didn't think I had to answer those questions when my son is 5 and 6 years old. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because I didn't even talk to my kids about sex until they were like almost in 7th and 8th grade. But that was my preference.
Yeah.
So I don't feel that I got now identify what this guy's wearing boots because he thinks he's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fair. So I had to explain. I had to explain that, but they don't understand that because I came from a culture that being gay was almost like you about to go get burnt in hell. But unfortunately, I always hung with gay people, so it ain't nothing to me. But
Absolutely.
you wouldn't
And
even know these people are gay. You know, you wouldn't know.
yeah. I get it. I mean, everybody should have that choice to when they want to talk to their children about how this world is and the people that live in it. It's you should, but at 5 and 6, I don't think that's the time to do it. That's just
Mhm.
me. You know what I'm saying? You say you have that conversation when they're mentally capable of
Right.
understanding what that
Mhm.
means, not when they 5 and 6, because that's when you can manipulate a child's mind and in those early
Us to
ages.
make that decision.
Not you making a decision for me.
Exactly. Because I don't agree with it. You got anything that you want to say, Miss Darlene? Can she hear me? Okay. I don't think she can hear me, but all right. Now I know we have talked about the transgender thing, but I want to kind of switch the conversation just a little bit because I have been dying to talk about this. Miss no, I will not, Roshan. Rocky, Sean said pick him some stuff up. He got a grocery list up here. I'm gonna send it to you, girl. um, I'm gonna show y'all the video and then we're gonna talk about it. Where's the video? Where's the video?
I don't know. It's inside the home.
Keke Palmer's boyfriend Darius Jackson is receiving backlash for publicly shaming how she dressed for a concert. On Wednesday night, Palmer attended Usher's Las Vegas residency wearing a black bodysuit under a sheer dress. A video of Usher serenading Palmer circulated on social media, and Palmer's boyfriend and father of their son Leotis responded to it on Twitter. Quote, "It's the outfit though, you a mom," Jackson wrote. He was quickly met with backlash for criticizing her outfit, but doubled down, later tweeting, quote, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case." Amid the continued backlash, Jackson deleted his social media accounts. While Palmer has not directly addressed Jackson's comments, she did post her outfit on Instagram with the caption, "I wish I had taken more pictures, but we were running late."
Definitely will.
And this is the infamous
Keke
video.
Palmer's boyfriend Darius Jackson
Keep saying. Okay.
Don't get me started with that, Kira. I went back to my phone because I had switched over to my husband's phone. But that to me, I don't care what anybody says. That's totally disrespectful. Totally disrespectful. And then when men leave women for that kind of stuff, then you want to say, "Oh, I think he was 100% right in the way that he felt." Where you going back? Okay, I think that he was 100% right, and like when you got a family, you got to be careful the way you carry yourself. And when I don't know if she's married to that guy or
No,
what.
not,
All right,
not
but
married.
if she's not married to him, I damn sure wouldn't marry her if I was him. because because I've been married a long time, and I couldn't see my husband rubbing up on some woman like that and half dressed, and vice versa. I would never do that. I think that that's disrespecting his position. I really, really do.
I'm gonna say this.
Slut.
I didn't take that video and what she did in a crazy way. To me, I thought it was just entertainment. I felt like because Keke Palmer is in the entertainment business, she's still trying to get back to where she was. And so that's how I took it. It's clickbait. It's for people to start talking about you, whether it's good news or bad news. It's clickbait. That's how I took it. The dress with her butt cheeks out.
I feel the same. I feel the same way, Kyra, because she's an entertainer. Entertainers go out and they dress in ways that we don't. And the way she was dressed wasn't horrible. That's a normal club outfit for some people.
Yeah,
That,
yeah, but the thing is,
But
if you're in
again,
a committed relationship, I mean, like, I'm not saying that you can't entertain, but I felt like it was too much. I think that is disrespectful to, and I think it's disrespectful. I would not. I think that it's embarrassing for the man who is in her life. Supposedly on I don't know if she's married to him or what, but
no,
because I
she's
really
not
don't
married.
keep, huh?
She's not married to him.
All right, well then maybe because they're not married, but I know and I just think that you have to. There's certain things you don't do. I just believe that.
I
I
mean,
don't
I
care.
get it. I
You can
definitely get
turn
what
in
you're
there.
saying, Darlene. Um, I,
Is
I,
that a thing?
I get it. Like he probably was embarrassed of the actions that was going on at the concert. I get it. I don't agree with how he handled it. That was wrong. And then she she on the other hand, she is Queen Petty because she went and did a whole video. She did a video with um with Usher. She did a video called Boyfriend, and she taking little jabs at her kid's father in the video. She capitalized off of it. She made her money off of it, off of because they're not together no more. They broke up, and so she made a couple of she making some dollars off of what he did, what he said, or whatever. It is what it is.
Okay,
But
yeah, but let's look at the long term implications. Okay, she's young now. You could get another nigga. Kind of thing. And I'm gonna make these dollars. But the dollars is not that important when you don't have nobody. When you sitting there alone and life has changed because nothing stays. You gotta turn here, hon. Nothing stays the same forever. Okay, things change, your life change, your priorities change, and then when you don't have the things that you need because you were so busy trying to get that dollar, and you recognize the fact that that doesn't mean anything anymore, then that's when you're paying for it.
absolutely, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think the way the whole situation was handled was a little off. Roshan has a very long comment. Uh, so let's read Roshan's book. He says, "So I saw this morning that their relationship has ended, and they're going to parent outside of the home instead of working on their relationship for the betterment of the child. And now we have another broken home and children being raised in a single parent household. I ask this: why couldn't this have been prevented? And why is the clapback rebellious mentality to celebrate? It's very masculine and petty, and I thought women were supposed to be de-escalators and nurturers, not clapback queens."
I didn't now, but I didn't
Mhm.
quite. I can't read it, but I didn't. Is he saying that he felt as though she shouldn't have done it also?
Yes, he said that
But
is this. He said it was disrespectful.
I think I agree with him. I agree with him
Wait,
because
wait, what you she was disrespectful because of what? You say you agree with him because of what?
I think that, see, like, when you're young and you're making your money, and those things are so important to you, right? But when you
Right.
look way down the road with regards to effects that it has on your family, your children, and you even as a person, and the challenges, I'm sure that everyone on this thing, on this podcast, have had positions where they made some choices in the past, and they wished 1,000 times they didn't make that choice. Well, multiply that by 10 when you get into your 60s and whatever the case may be, and you look back and you want to make decisions that are good, far-reaching. Just like you can make bad, far-reaching decisions. And I think that when the money is more important, the celebrity is more important, and your family and your all that is secondary, I think you're making a poor choice.
Well, she is
I
a
think that
celebrity.
I
She's a
think the what if it's a
celebrity.
publicity
Yeah.
stunt? I
Yeah,
think it's
But
and
publicity
that's
because
the thing.
she
That's
does
the
sing, and then she was in his video.
I agree
Maybe
with
this is
you.
all bringing Usher
Yeah.
back.
Yes, and he has to know the light that she's in. She's not a regular person. You're just not a regular person. If you were a regular
No,
person,
you
then that's
that's
fine.
you are a regular person. You're just not in a regular situation. But you're a regular person and you're gonna get the regular consequences as well. Okay? Don't think let me tell you something. Life has taught me and listen, I'm not trying to sound like the old no, say it, the old grandmother and all that kind of thing. But I'm gonna tell you, no, but I have the experience. Trust me, I have the experience. The, that celebrity is not gonna last forever.
No,
Okay,
you're true.
that
You're
money.
right. You're right. You're 100% right. It doesn't last
So what
forever,
I'm
but
saying is, my decisions would be for the betterment of. Let me give you an example. Okay, my oh shit, my phone.
I just think that because she is a celebrity, that's something different. When he got involved with her, you kind of um you're kind of like you're not the average person. Like the average person, I'm like, okay, do I choose to be acting hot out here or do I go ahead and start my family life? Cause I'm broke over here. I ain't in the limelight. When you're in the limelight, there's certain things that you have to do. I mean, be respectful. She went to a party. He serenaded her. They're friends. They know each other from being around in the celebrity life. She's not going to stop what she's doing because all of a sudden a man got with her, she got pregnant, and they're starting a family. He has to understand that if that is her husband and he loves her, then understand it. And they're not even husband and wife. Why haven't he married her yet? You playing wifey. She's playing wifey duties. You want her to do everything as a wife, but then you didn't marry her. So again,
That
this
part I
dating
agree
stuff.
with.
So she's out there doing the best of her to build her family to who was that who just said that? What was her name? I can't see the name.
Cool.
Raquel said it could be a publicity stunt. And hey, unfortunately, those are the things you have to do to boost up your career and boost up for your money. Yeah, money doesn't last forever, but neither does love, and they're not married. So she would have gave up everything and say she didn't do it, and then he still leaves her anyway. He was
Well,
insecure because she makes more money than him.
the one thing I agree with you with is that he's not married to her, and she doesn't have that level of commitment because he wasn't if he didn't that much of her to marry her already, then that speaks volumes. Of that part, I agree with you. But there was another part that you said that oh man, well anyway, it'll come back to me. But that part I agree with you. But I still oh you I know what you said. You said money don't last forever and love don't last forever. Love can last forever. And I'm a witness to that, okay? Love can last
No,
forever.
I'm not saying. I said that love might not have last forever. We don't know, and maybe
Right,
they were
right.
having because we don't
Okay,
know their backstory, so we
okay,
don't know if they were getting along, if everything was okay,
okay.
for him to even come out and say that.
I got you there. That's right. That much I agree with you with. Okay, I agree with you because she might not be with him um next year. Oh, this thing went out again.
And then
Exactly.
Okay.
if he was really about that life and really loved her, like he would take her. Listen, yo, we gotta fix this up and know what's going on. Now they breaking up. That little incident broke their relationship up. No, it had to be
And
more to that story.
It was
she wasn't
definitely
she
more
wasn't
to it.
grinding on Usher. He wasn't even touching her behind.
He was
She just
talking,
hit
singing to her. He was
yeah.
serenading her.
Yeah, he was singing just like any person who goes to a concert, someone might sing to them. And like you said, they're already friends because they're already all in the same arena. So
Hmm.
it's not like they're not familiar with each other. But the problem is that, he I guess he felt insecure about
Hmm.
his position when
Hmm.
he saw Usher singing to her because I'm sure she left out the house with that same outfit on and he like, damn babe, you look
Right,
good.
right, right. How many
But
times y'all done
and
went to
also,
karaoke and and was singing to somebody? You probably didn't even know them, or you might know them, and you singing to them, and they didn't mean nothing. You just playing around.
but also, if you ever saw his videos, he
Yeah.
he posted videos of him recording her behind while she walking and different things like that. You know, like
Oh, so
you.
he said, yeah. Oh, okay. So it's good when you do it, but when she does it, it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But again, like I
Mhm.
said, she's in the entertainment industry. They dress in certain kind of ways that normal women just don't.
No.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
also, also she like he said, she's a new mom. She could be still going through postpartum depression and not feeling comfortable about herself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We don't know the history. We don't know what's going on.
Uh, uh,
That is very much so true. And I still think that Sean, you Sean is having a field day over here.
Too
Um,
bad he can't talk. Too bad he ain't in the conversation. We gotta read all them long messages.
I do think that she was being petty when she did the video, referencing the comments in the video and stuff like that. I do think she was being petty. But I still think that the way it was handled or the way or the way they handled it was he didn't have to go on social media and do what he did either.
Amen.
Like if he
Yep.
felt some type of way, you could have waited till I got home. You could have called me on the phone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That everybody you is focusing on, oh, she was being disrespectful. Look at the dress she was wearing. Look at this. Look at that. Okay,
I
she
agree
wore
with
the
that to an
dress.
extent, though. I agree with that to an extent because before I had kids, I used to wear everything and anything. I used to model in South Beach. South Beach. So you know the type of outfits the designers had us wearing. As a mother, I wear tight things, I wear short things, but it's a different level of respect now for my children. I don't want
Yeah,
my
definitely.
kids to ever be like, oh, your mother was outside with her ass hanging out, chilling, bullshit. No, mommy was outside chilling, but mommy's ass wasn't out. Mommy wasn't, showing Poppy's goodies for everybody because we all have the same thing, different colors. I'm just gonna leave stuff to the imagination now, and I still don't want to leave stuff to the imagination because it's for my husband. Like those are his goodies now. That's for him to entertain and be pleased with. As far as him being insecure, maybe just a little bit, but more so of being the old school, old fashioned, have
He
some
he
respect for
wasn't
the family type
he
thing.
wasn't old
So they
school and
were,
old fashioned.
Especially when he's showing videos, y'all saying that you right.
but then he did take the video of her walking across the bathroom or whatever. That one time he did take a video showing her goodies too. So you can't show her goodies and then be mad that she's showing her goodies because you showed them first. No, tama.
Exactly.
Well,
He had
in
twerk
my culture,
videos. He had
we
twerk videos of her up on his page, pictures
mm,
of her with her bra and panties on his Instagram
Exactly.
page. So if it's not, or if you feel as though it's so horrible that she had her butt cheeks out, then why are
You
you
should have
doing
never posted the pictures either.
he should have never
it?
posted. Listen,
Hi guys.
we always see in the American society, it's like it's almost like sex. It's not sexism. Sex. You're supposed to be proud of your body. Like if you go to Paris and stuff, you can go out. It's not such a big deal if you're like nudity is not a bad thing.
It's
So
not
everybody makes
sexualized
it such a
100%.
so everybody here in America or whatever makes it such a big thing. If you carry yourself still in a respectful manner, just because I'm walking with my breasts hanging out in New York City, that doesn't mean that I'm a whore, I'm a slut, or something is wrong with me. That this is how I was born into this world. So I even if I have kids, if I feel like I want to be naked, I can be naked. That's my point. That's not saying that my kids say, "Oh, your mom naked," because my kids are used to me walking around naked. So it's not a big deal to them where somebody else makes it a big deal. And that's where it becomes a big, when people make it a big deal, that's when there's a problem. But if
how old
he,
are your kids?
my kids now, oh God, I got a lot of kids, baby.
No, but so
I have a 27, 22, 16, and a 13. And I
And
still wear
so
skimpy and
you
I
don't want
still
to
wear
make
skimpy clothes. Huh?
Sean, she was not dancing on another man. She was not dancing on Usher.
She
Yeah, he was
sure
just
was
singing
not
to
dancing
her.
on Usher.
He was just serenading her. She was not dancing on her. They sang together, and afterwards they hugged. She was not dancing on him.
He didn't even touch her inappropriately.
He sure did not.
But the problem is at that moment that brother got insecure because it was Usher. Uh,
Because if it was
that
any little sorry man, it would have been okay. I was like, oh, well, she didn't really do nothing.
well,
Sean,
but also,
Sean said
when you're in a relationship,
Sean
you
said
have
that
to
he was
have,
dancing. I didn't see dancing, Sean. I'm sorry.
yeah. When you're in a relationship, you got to have a mutual understanding. Communication is important, but most important is comprehension. And clearly, even after the issue, they did not have an adult conversation because of the way she was petty in that video or whatever the case was. Like, you can't um make the issue worse, because you still have to have a relationship with this person. You have a child together.
Yeah.
True, that's true.
Yeah,
uh,
I agree with that. And like I said, I agree
Respectfully.
with Sean about poking the bear in the video that just got released. She was poking the bear. I agree with Sean on that.
But
Like,
also, you know
I
what?
haven't seen the
We
video.
don't know what kind of disrespect he had against her after that. Because she didn't post things about what he said to her when she got home, or like, we don't know the conversation they had. We don't know how disrespectful he was towards her after this incident. He could have said a whole lot of stuff, and that's probably what pushed her to do that video.
well, I could say this because I follow Keke Palmer on Instagram, and usually on most of her interviews, she always has him with her. And she did say that she does not respond to social media um, blogs and gossip and things like that. If something
Right,
happens
right.
in her home, it stays in her home. She
Mm-hmm.
doesn't put any of that stuff on social media. So that's probably the reason why nobody saw her response to anything, because she doesn't address her issues on social media.
Yeah, yeah.
And she wants some things to be private, then that's her business.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that if they were going to break up, they were going to break up anyway. Something this small, like Joy said, should have never broke them up. It's a conversation. He say what he need to say. She say what she need to say. Let's not let this happen twice, and it should have been good. So it had to have been something there, because he was like, well,
well, I think that maybe they came to a meeting of the minds that if that was, yeah, go ahead. They could have had the meeting of the minds where they would decide that, what, if this is a part of the life, how you're gonna live it, maybe I shouldn't be a part of it, and maybe we could have amicable separation or whatever the case, or opposed to, but I as a mother, entertainer, whatever. There's certain things because I think that everything has gotten so loose that anything goes, and I don't think that anything should go. Yeah, I understand that you have to make a reputation. You have to entertain. You have to draw people to you in order to be able to make money doing your craft and all that kind of thing. But I don't think that should be at any cost. You know what I mean? I think that there's limits because as far as that's concerned, when you have people that lie in politics that hurt other people because of their own selfish gain, that to me is the same thing. Because what you have to do is you have to take into consideration more people than just yourself.
I get it and I understand that. And you're absolutely correct. And I think that, when you in a relationship, you are supposed to hold yourself in a different type of way. The same way Rocky said, I have a daughter. I don't be walking around here with my boobs hanging out, my booty hanging. It's just because I have a daughter. If I don't want my daughter doing it, I can't do it. If I don't want my son dating a hoochie mama, I'm not going to be dressing like somebody who's supposed to be on the street corner. Um, because they're going to think that that's okay.
And
But
there's things you could do
But
if
how many times those are the ones that be going, you are a perfect parent, you're dressing nice and well, and what I bring home? How many you see them running around with these hot tail little girls, and you like, man, I've been dressing in church clothes, doing all of this stuff, and it's the kids are gonna do what they're gonna do.
absolutely.
yeah, but you want to be the example, so they can look back on and say, they're not gonna be our puppets. They're not gonna be our they're not gonna run around and be just like none of. I have 3 children. None of them are just like me. You know what I mean? And I don't want them. But the thing is, I want them to have self-respect. I want them to respect others, and whatever they do, whatever you do, just be mindful that you have family behind you. You have. I'm gonna give you a perfect
Mhm.
example. My little cousin, which is Rashawn's daughter, okay,
Uh-huh.
Janai, she's now she's out there. She entertains. She does certain things, but she don't look like a little hoochie mama. And as a young lady, she is extremely respectful. Okay, so that's why we can hold her up, and we're very very proud of her because even though she dances, she models, she does a lot of stuff, but she still holds herself up with high esteem because she know that she has a whole family behind her, and we looking. And if you go do some crazy stuff, everybody gonna be calling your mama, saying what's going on with her.
I
You
get
know?
it.
So
And that's the beauty in having a support system. A lot of people just don't.
You're right. That's
And
true.
that's why, and this is why we see the things we see. There's a lot of young people who are in and out of foster care, who are
Mm.
18-year-olds who have aged out of foster care, and don't have place to go. So they do whatever it takes to do, to get what they need.
Mhm.
It's a lot of different situations. And, and it's hard because you don't know who is dealing with what.
Absolutely.
And we always, like I had said this at one time, how when some little girls are walking around dancing certain kinds of ways or acting certain kinds of ways that's too grown up, and the parents say, oh, her little fast ass, or her stuff like that. But you don't know when that child went over to her friend's house, the father or the big brother or somebody touched her. You don't know that.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
don't know that. I watched there's videos that I've been watching on Facebook, and these people are sharing their stories about what happened to them as a child, and the stories are wild. Like when I say wild, I mean crazy. And you just look like, you never know who goes through what unless they express it.
That's true. That's
That's
true.
true. That's
Yeah, I wish, I
absolutely
wish,
Mhm.
I wish a lot of these young girls had the support system that some girls have.
That is
It
true.
would be so
it
much
would make a
better.
difference.
and
Mhm.
that's why
Definitely,
I
make
think
a it would make a difference. But I don't think that it's right to judge somebody just by one outfit you saw them wear. You know what
Exactly.
I mean?
Mhm.
That was one outfit that she was going to a concert in, and that's how she dressed. It's not like this how she dresses. We have seen her in multiple different things, and she looks beautiful in everything that she wears. Is one outfit. The same thing, and not just her, but you have like Taraji, who and Gabrielle Union, when they wore, their little revealing outfits to an event, and nobody really said too much about it. And it's like, okay, so, and they was with their husband. Well, she was with her husband, and Taraji don't have one, but they it doesn't make me think of them any differently than what I thought of them before because of something that they put on. Like, you can't judge somebody by one outfit.
I
It's
totally agree with that. You
No,
shouldn't be
I
judging a book by its
agree with
cover.
that, girl. I kind of agree with that because I remember one time, as you all know, I'm a woman of a certain age, right? And I remember one time I put on an outfit. My husband and I were going somewhere, and he says to me, "Oh, I don't think you should wear that." And I said, "Oh, really? You think it's too short?" He said, "No, I think you're too old." And
Oh,
I was like, "Oh my God, for real?" Because even though as you get, you don't see yourself as certain things sometimes, So I was like, wow, I would have never. But I mean, he told me in a very respectful way. He just
and
said,
he
"You
didn't
should."
post it all on Facebook, huh?
No, hell no,
Right. And
no, but
embarrass you.
no, he's not gonna embarrass me. That's one thing. My husband, he will not. I don't care how angry he gets in public. He will never embarrass me. But honey, when we get home, he don't shut up.
And unfortunately, I mean, that's just the reality of it. I don't think anybody should be judging anybody for something that they wear. If he and stay keep your business off of social media.
Yeah,
That's
Mhm,
a big
mhm.
thing.
but
Stop
and that
putting y'all business out there on social media for everybody to read, laugh at, comment.
Yep.
Stop that.
think that you should, because like I see women every time they get a new nigga, they posting their stuff up with it, and I'm like saying, how many people you gonna? But then also even like people in relationships sometimes always want to make it seem like it's all cherries and you kissing me all the time, and it's we love each other so much. If you really love each other, you don't have to put that out there. He loved you, and you don't have to be on Facebook all the time putting pictures up. Why?
Yeah, you
I
sound like my grandmother. That's something she'll say.
It's
And,
not
and we
necessary though.
and we
for what?
and we like pictures. I like posting all the time. She's like, you don't gotta tell nobody. I'll be happy for my kids when they get the report card or something like
Oh,
that.
I put
And she
that up. I put that up, but
no,
the
she
time they
feels no.
go ahead.
Mm-mm. No, I said she feels no. You should not be putting your business out there at all. If something special is about to happen and it didn't happen yet, you shouldn't be putting it out there. She feels like how you saying like you don't need to be putting your business out there every time you got a boyfriend or something like that, making it seem like it's all peaches and cream. She doesn't like that.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what? You know
it's,
what
it's
though? You know why a lot of people do stuff like that? And I'm not discrediting some people's relationships because some people do have great relationships with their spouses and things like
Which is
that. And they just want to share it and say, that, love is possible. Some people are
Right.
like that.
Mhm.
But then you also have others who look for validation in everything they do.
That's
And
true.
that
Mhm.
yeah,
and that's scary
yeah,
because if
scary.
you deep down inside have issues within yourself, then you need to fix that instead of looking for validation from everybody you encounter.
exactly.
That's true. That's true
That's
too.
that's ridiculous. I always had an issue with social media, putting your business out there on social media. And I tell my daughter, my kids, like I post, I post me. I post me and I post my kids when they, graduations and things of that nature. But my business, no. You'll never know my business. If I'm married, you're not gonna know unless you're close to me and you was at the wedding. I'm sorry, you're not
Mm-hmm.
sorry, but it's none of your business. It's just none of your business.
Right, right,
If I only
right.
some things is just meant for people that's close to you, and Facebook and Instagram ain't them
You're right.
people. I'm sorry. And people who know me know, like, don't do that. Don't post nothing. If you come to an event of mine or something, don't post it on social media unless I say it's okay to post it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't post me with my man on social media because we went to your event. Don't do that. Because you're gonna get a phone call and I'm gonna tell you take it down. You did not get my okay. Like, no, because people nosy, and I hate people to be in my business. Like, mind your business.
You know
Sean
why? You know
said
why people mind other people's business, right? Because they ain't got no business of their own.
exactly,
Well,
exactly.
I no, I don't know, because I tell people all the time I became a social worker just so I can be nosy, because I like to hear information, and and I'm always trying to find solutions and fix problems. So I like to know a lot of stuff, and I do like to. I'm very different. I don't need anybody's
Yes,
validation.
please.
I'm the type of person, like, I don't care what you think, what you saying, how you feeling. I do me, and I mind my
Mhm.
business. That's how I
Mhm.
feel. I mind my business. So what other people think about a situation, that's on them. And that it all comes down to how you dress, how you look, what you want to do. That's on you. This is what I like to do. And it doesn't
Mhm.
have anything to do with how I'm feeling. Like, people like, oh, you put that post up, you feeling, well, that's how you feel about the post. That's on you. That's not how I meant my post to come out. And
Yeah,
I'm not apologizing to people. I'm not trying to make anybody feel good or whatever the case may be, because people are different. We're all different. And we
yeah,
can't
Mhm.
expect people to be different. So when Kiki
exactly.
walking out there with her banging ass outfit and her man mad, that's on you, sweetie. You got with
Yep.
me because you liked the way I looked, or it was something that you liked. I'm quite sure that's not the first time she wore an outfit like that.
Absolutely.
So it's not, you need no validation. She making money. And when a woman just have a baby, you kind of might need that validation, because now you're like, damn, I done gained all this weight. I got this baby weight. Nobody not going to like me. She might did need that. She might need somebody to sing to her, because he wasn't singing. So I mean, look, it is what it is. Sometimes sometimes you do need that validation that you still here. Because sometimes when you in love, the love, because you're so comfortable, you ain't reigniting the love. It just is right there. We've
Yeah,
been together for 50 years, so it's okay. No, what other excitement we have? And tell me I'm still beautiful and you still love me. Not that, baby. You know I still love you. I want to hear you tell me that. You know.
exactly. You,
I
if
So
think
I
I
don't.
think I think her man should have just been like, I can't wait till you get home with that.
I'll curse your ass
Like
out.
like that. No, I can't wait till you get home because baby number two coming. Like he should have been
Oh,
like,
right.
and
Yeah.
that right there would have changed the entire energy of that situation.
But
Like,
I would say,
True,
baby
true.
number two ain't coming unless a ring come with it.
come on now,
Ooh,
because he was up there
well,
preaching the traditional. This is everything. He's traditional. You're not traditional, because if you was traditional, you wouldn't be posting your girl butt on your Instagram. You're not traditional
that's what
if
we
you had
better
a
start
baby
preaching.
before you put a ring on her finger and married her and then had your child.
Mm,
Don't get
mm,
traditional
mm,
Yeah.
being
All of a
pregnant
mm,
sudden,
to go out
all of
and
a
show some things.
mm,
yeah, all of a
She was
sudden
mm.
trying
he
to have a good time. Now she got to be that traditional way. No,
uh-huh. He traditional when it's convenient.
exactly.
right, right.
Let's
No,
not
this
do
not traditional if you didn't marry her. Uh,
Oh,
and if you don't marry
you
me,
done,
all bets are off. Because
oh, you done
if
preach,
I'm not your
girl.
wife, if I'm not your wife, no, you don't get all the wifey. You don't get all the wifey benefits without me being your wife. And my husband is sitting right next to me. We're in the car, and I would never even play that. I would never play that. I'm not gonna do all the shit that you think I'm supposed to do as a wife, and you don't have enough respect for me to marry me. Guess what? You just a
Exactly.
Mm,
boyfriend. Uh,
That's
Wait a minute,
right.
a
yeah, yep,
boyfriend. You
yep.
ain't even my man. You a boyfriend.
She said, boy.
That's right. Sean, I'm between Sean and Jerry. I don't know who the worst, but Sean wanted me to read his comment. So here's Sean. I'm gonna
Oh,
read your comment. He says, if I ran around with a cop uniform, would you think I was a cop? Don't run around with a hoochie outfit and expect some not to think you're a hoochie mama.
uh,
Sean,
uh,
if I
doing
Sean, if
that.
I put a hoochie
You
mama outfit, you gonna think I'm a hoochie mama? No, you're not, because you know me. I could care less what somebody else think of me, but
Amen.
you know I'm not a hoochie mama, so therefore you wouldn't even go there. Me seeing you run around in a cop uniform, I know you, and I know you ain't no cop.
Tell
So
Rashawn, we ain't going with that
Now we're
tonight.
mansplaining. Identify as a man. 2023.
and
Like,
Mr.
honey,
Derek said he was protecting himself. Usher already warned the brothers to not bring their girl around him.
Oh, goodness.
Oh gosh.
That was a
Well,
song, though. That was a
no,
song.
I don't know Keke Palmer personally. I don't, but because of her outfit, I don't think she a hoochie mama because I've seen her do other things. I've seen her dress different ways. I've seen you see her with her child on Instagram. I don't know her like she's my best friend, but I do know what I see, and just because she wore one outfit doesn't make me think that she's a hoochie mama. At the end of the day, let's just call a spade a spade. If you got caught up in your emotions and you did something that you may should not have done by putting her on blast on social media because you didn't like her being serenaded by Usher, you didn't like her outfit, like you didn't see it before she wore it. But let's just be honest and let's just say he was insecure. He felt some type of way, whatever you want to call it, and he had poor judgment in putting it out there on social media, which caused the breakup of their togetherness. Now he a single father, she a single mother, and they co-parenting. Boom, bada bing. That's it.
And then the child is pushed and pulled from one house to the other and all that. You know,
He should have.
I mean,
He
like,
should have
you
married
gotta
her.
take those things into consideration, huh?
He should have married her.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
But
wanted
then
he
he has
wanted
some
to do all
sex.
of these things after the fact. Like you saw what this woman wore before she left out of that house. You saw what she had on. And now you want to
Protect his
bitch
gun
about
back. Yeah.
it. Sean says that he's doing a part 2 next week for the men. Oh gosh. Yo, Sean is too funny. I swear. He be talking about the sisterhood. You better talk about that brotherhood over there. We gonna call a spade a spade. Bye, Sean. I thank y'all so much for joining me tonight.
I got what
Let's
you got
talk
to
about
do.
it. I appreciate my ladies. We're gonna do this again
Yes,
very
Cameron.
soon. Definitely before Kansas come back on.
Okay.
And so I think the
Okay.
narrative would be so different if she
It was a pleasure.
I thank y'all so much. I love you guys. Hope
You
to see
ladies be
y'all
good.
coming to co-host with me on when Kansas come back.
Yes, yes, we're here for it. We're here for
Okay.
it.
Y'all bad big because I'm gonna be calling y'all like y'all coming on tonight.
Look, you might have to send me a private text because you know I'll be doing too much. And like I was like, oh shit, when I got in the car. So you kind of like,
All right. Send me
send
your
me a
number then, Joy. Send me your number.
okay.
I don't know
Okay.
what happened to it.
Yeah, you gotta do that personal stuff.
So
My
I want to
brain's
thank
gone.
all the viewers for commenting, for joining us in our conversation tonight. God bless y'all. Don't forget, Candid Conversations will be back September 5th.
You
We're
delivering food?
new and
That,
improved
it,
when
it
we
must be
come
that
back.
building. That's a school. Nobody don't work
So
here. That's a school. It's closed.
thank y'all all.
Hmm?
God
All
bless.
right. Take
Good
care.
night.
God bless.
Good night.
All right. Bye bye. On my phone.
Bye bye.